I chose this particular fact to start with because I think it's the most poignant and it really kind of gets to what the heart of this whole issue is. Uh, when students don't read books and they're more into the digital version of things, it's kind of hard for them to transition from their normal everyday life where they're reading 2,300 web pages a year to go to class and attempting to learn something out of a book. Uh, it's simply a change in medium, but for somebody of my generation, it's a lot. It means the difference between animation and a simple chart. And sometimes for people of my generation, seeing that technological edge really opens our mind and makes things easier for us to understand. Also, web pages allow us to take in a lot of information. So that's something that a book may not have because a web page can have links and other resources and such. These two facts are really they really talk about the age that we live in. Things move a lot faster, which also encourages us to get a lot more done. So what that ends up doing is making us sleep less and work more. It's very interesting that this comes second to these work and school things, and though we have so much technology and things are helping us move faster, that we're actually expending more energy and more time on getting things done. So 26.5 hours for the average college student a week is spent between a day. I'm sorry, is spent between work, school, and sleep, and only 3 hours of that is sleep. I don't sleep a lot. Take a lot of Red Bull, a lot of energy drinks, a lot of coffee, whatever to keep me I guess you could say up to pace with the world that I live in. And the classroom is not a place that reflects that. Time has become very precious when everything's moving so fast. And going to a classroom for 50 minutes and maybe not getting all the information you need or getting some information that you didn't need is sometimes discouraging for a student. So I think that students of today need a more direct, compact, and essential learning style in the classroom. So this is a very important fact. Students are different than the 60s. Um, the way we learn and the way we go about learning is very different. We live in an age where information is everywhere, not just in the classroom and not just in a book. It's in our pockets, on our smartphones, it's in our book bags, in our iPads. It's pretty much anywhere there's an open internet source you can gain information. So because of that, we don't really get books, and personally, I don't really understand paper anymore. I grew up typing my papers for school, editing them on a computer, publishing them on a computer. There was very little things that I did where I directly hand wrote something to a piece of paper and needed it. And the things that I did need paper for are often lost because I wasn't accustomed to using paper. Um, in the last 2 years, I've made the transition to pretty much paperless, going along with the whole university thing. I got an iPad, and that's pretty much how I take most of my notes. That's pretty much how I gain access to the majority of my classroom information, which is great because they're posting everything online, and that's really helping me. I've seen it helping my grades. I use um, email to save things and move documents from place to place without having to worry about, do I have them in my book bag? Did I leave them on my desk? Things like that. Uh,
It's 3 o'clock.
but before my iPad, I lost things a lot. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times that I left a book at school or left an assignment that's already done at home. And my iPad pretty much alleviates that and allows me to live purely in the electronic realm and the internet realm as well. There we go. New students need new classrooms. Um, yeah, so like I said, students are a lot different than they were in the 60s. So because of that, we learn different, and I think the environment that we learn in should reflect that. Um, in my dream classroom, there would be a lot of use of technology. Uh, Questions could be submitted electronically. Instead of discouraging the use of laptops, I would ask that it be encouraged and almost integrated into the teaching process. Uh, at first, I think this would be a bit difficult and a bit time consuming, but I think that it will actually help the student to teacher connection as well as ratio. A lot of times I go into classrooms and I feel like I'm wasting my time. No one knows my name ever. And I don't feel like I gain from instruction as much as I gain from asking specific questions. So I think the technology could kind of be a liaison in that realm where I could ask my direct questions to the teachers without wasting class time or anybody else in the classroom's time as well. Okay. This is my last note card, and this is my last kind of statement here. Um, it's interesting because students go to schools and universities to learn from the professors. But I think this is one area in particular where the teachers and the schools and the bodies that govern those classrooms can definitely learn from the students. They can learn to be more tech friendly and learn to use technology not only to do things that we can't do, but help us do things that we do already. So whether that be asking questions to the teacher, getting direct help somehow, or just further illustration of a topic that's kind of abstract to understand. Classrooms and teachers and schools all need to change to be able to relate to the new students because there are ways we can reach them, and I think that it's important that as a scholastic community, we definitely take advantage of the technological advances. Uh, Thank you very much for a great semester, and that will be the end of my final presentation.